Good. So now we have Virginia Anderson, Organisational performance consultant, performance coach, owner matrix consultant, International Coaching Federation mentor coach, and Agile coach. Virginia, you are really welcome. We are honored to have you here with us. From Luxembourg, you are connecting. You responded present to our call to help with the initiative unconditionally. We are really grateful to you. Thank you and welcome to Agile Africa.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a lot of fun, and also to share my I can't say expertise, but my experiences for all of you. And so one question: how many of you understand English really well? And I can't tell. So at the bottom of the screen, you have reactions. And if you put the finger up for the ones who really, or the thumb, who really understand English. And the ones who...
I hope so.
Yeah. And for the ones who don't understand English, there's a clapping. And want me to speak slowly. I'll be happy to speak slowly. So it's okay. So I will speak slowly anyway. And I am going to share my screen. So what I have is you could say a basic presentation. Let me just, I'm going to just go back. And what I'm going to do is also play some videos. So I hope that that they're going to work. And let me share my screen. Yep. So let me know if you can see my screen. Yeah, so sometimes it's a bit slow. If one person can tell me, that would be great. Okay, so how many of you, and I like to ask questions, and everyone's on mute, so it's going to be fun. So I'm putting my chat up so I can see. How many of you, and you can put in the chat, like sports? Does anybody like sports? Okay, I'm starting to see some yeses. Yeah, I see one yes. Yeah, and how many of you have played sports? You can also use the button down below. Me, I got a lot of me's, so that's good. And how many of you love sport coaches? Does anybody like sport coaches? I see no reactions. Yeah? Very good. And how many of you have coached sports yourselves? Maybe coached a football team, coach basketball. I see that we do have someone who's coached. And how many of you were in total control when you were trying to coach? It can be in the work environment also. How many of you feel you're in total control when you're working with your teams? I'm not seeing, yeah, I have a not me. Yeah, I can tell you. So who am I? My name is Virginia Anderson, and I have also been a professional basketball player, and also I'm a licensed basketball coach and also a referee. And what I'd like to bring to you today is the agility in sports coaching and moving from trust to control, or from control to trust, I should say it the other way around. So I am somebody who loves to bring sports and the different aspects of sports into the work environment, into the business environment. And I find it's it's incredibly interesting to look into the mindset of the sport coach and what do they do? How do they work with their athletes? And how can we also, if we're agile coaches or working with teams, how can we use that same type of mentality and methodology? So when I look at it, we look at what is really the agility in sport coaching. So we say sport coaching, I have a definition, is in sports, a coach is a person involved in the direction, instruction, and training of the operations of a sport team or of individual sports people. So if you think it's a very directive, they're making sure the team executes. Yeah, we want everything to work perfectly because we want to achieve our goals, right? We want to win the championship. And the question is that really true? Is that the whole picture? Yeah. So again, who am I and why am I here? As you can see that I have pictures of myself, I'm sorry. Yeah. But you can see I played in America because I'm originally from the States and Luxembourgish. I played in the States as a basketball player and professionally in Europe. And this fun picture of the boys doing a jump ball, you see me hiding so I don't get hit by the boys, yeah, as a referee. And so taking all of these concepts and putting it into the working world is something that I love. So when we really look at sports coaching and at the definition that I found, we have here sports coaches assist athletes in developing to their full potential. And I think that's key. It's the full potential that sport coaches are looking at. So they're responsible for training, of course, the athletes in whatever sport that is, analyzing their performance, yeah, instructing and teaching them relevant skills in order to perform, providing encouragement and motivation, yeah. But also, I think something that's really important, and also how can you change your mindset or look at your mindset and how you look at your teams is sport coaches are also quite responsible for the guidance of the athlete in life and in their chosen sport. So in a way, it's life skills building of what many coaches are doing. And the question is so you can put in the chat, how many people look at developing their people or their teams that they're working with as actually a guidance for people's life? I'm curious. You can put it in the chat. Has anybody done that? Or you could speak. Do people think this way? I think it's an interesting point, because if people are really able, not really, yeah. What would happen if you actually looked at that when you look at your team? You know, that you're developing them for skills for their life, to motivate them. I wonder what will happen with the motivation. So just kind of throwing that out there. So I'm going to, hopefully this will work. I'm going to my next slide. And also, if we look at sport coaching, the difference is that it's developing the individual and also looking at the systemic coaching and developing the team. So we say sports coaching, it can be means many different things to many different people. Individuals and teams are the consumers of the sport coaching. Yeah. And often the coaching is about, again, it's about performance. It's about getting the collective to work together and improving. However, you also have sports coaching is a place where people also enjoy coming together. So it's not only performance, it's also getting together. It's also just having fun, you know, most of the time, I should say. So I'm going to play. Hopefully this will work. If it doesn't, I will stop sharing and go to another. I have, I'd like you to watch this sport coach. It's a coach from America called University of Kentucky, where he's coaching, and they're very, very successful. So I hope you can understand, but also watch how he's acting, what he's doing if you don't understand his words. So let's see. Let me just, tell me if, actually, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to stop sharing this and I'm going to share another screen. Okay. Okay. Tell me when you can see the screen. Anyone? Mm-hmm. Yep, okay, good. So I'm gonna play it and let me, okay.
Why would you drive baseline? It kicks out, you got the whole middle. Now, hey, why'd you drive baseline? Go middle. Make plays. You go middle, you're gonna find somebody. Come on, man. You're messing with pick and rolls. Hey, hey, get outside the guy. Go. Play it, play him! Hand, don't foul. Hand! Get your hands up! Up! Dun, dun, dun!
That's great.
If I'm taking a group out because guys aren't playing, be mad at those guys. Say something to them. I'm staying. Get into it, bench. Clap for these guys. You got to take responsibility how you're playing. Some of you want to blame, but they're not blaming anybody but you. You're the only one blaming somebody else. So what I would do is play. And he sets a screen. You're on him.
I got screen.
No. You help. You this way. And then you didn't go. Did you scream at the guy to come out? Okay. Hey, oh! Good job. Hey, that's good. Great job, guys. Great job, Andrew. Hey, great energy. That's all you did is you played with energy. Good job. What'd you think of their energy? Unbelievable. That's who you gotta be. You go back in, that's what you're doing. Then everything else happens. You got unbelievable energy, unbelievable speed. Now we're in good shape. You two switched, and you had the best shooter in the house, and they were standing like this, and you were kind of like, if you switch on LeChamp, you got to be on him. You understand? I'll show you.
I'm going to stop sharing. Could all of you hear that? If I have a yes from one person? Okay. So what I've done is I'm going to share again the, sorry.
Why would you drive baseline?
Sorry. Stop. Now it's working. Yeah. So you saw different scenarios with this coach. And I think what's incredibly important to understand is, okay, he's standing there. He cannot go onto the court. He cannot help people to, he can't do it for them. Yeah. So what he's doing as a coach, you're alone during the game, during the performance. Yeah. You lose control. You lose absolute control. And you have to let go of it. It's really important. You need to trust in your team and the athletes that they can actually perform. You know, because you can't do it for them. You must give up your own ego. It's not about you. You know, it's about the team and the performance and being able to harness their energy. Also, team sport, you must be able to read the system and influence it. Remember what he said, did you see the energy of that team? Did you see how they were working? Yeah, we need to have that energy. We need to perform better. He's able to read the environment. Also, you need to communicate in a way an athlete will understand and integrate it with the team. You have to be clear. You have to be able to guide them so they can integrate it and work with the team. And you must think strategically, and they're all options, and translate that into direct instruction. You must see what's happening. You must read the environment. You must create strategy, adapt, and change. And you also must understand your impact. If your impact is, if you're yelling at the referees for no reason, that can create a negative impact and also demotivate your team. So in that scenario, you saw him jumping up and down where he had no control, trying to help tell his players. He was instructing specifically when he made his timeouts. He was reading the environment, trying to help motivate them. And he was actually asking the bench, the people, come on, let's cheer them up. So he's looking from a motivational perspective. So I'm not going to play this video, but also what happens is in sport coaching, you have individual sport coaches. And there you're really looking at all the aspects of the individual. When you can develop the individual and then integrate them into a team. So you're looking at the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual. And it's all about communicating, about having trust, caring for that person, being able to relate and motivate them. So I'm not going to play this video because it takes a bit of time, but it's actually a friend of mine, and she was ice skating in the European Championships in 2016, and her coach is a lady, which you can see there. She's Russian, and in the video she's like, but it's a good example that as soon as the ice skater goes out, there's nothing you can do as a coach. You can live their life, you can do it, but it's this trust in the motivation and inspiration that you've helped your player to be able to perform. So, okay, and so what does this mean for you? It's great. It's good to watch sport coaches. So it's looking at, this is really systemic coaching in a way. It's I have here a definition that comes from trainings that I have had, and we call it relationship systems intelligence. It's redirecting of your focus from the individual to the system. To the whole system as an entity itself. It's shifting your focus. And it enables you as a leader running a team, an organization, that you move beyond these individual, personal, petty conflicts, and you bring it together as a group to help you move through that. And when you look at it from a team perspective, you look at a sport team, how resilient they can be, where they can gather their resources together to perform and to execute. And it's coaching the system as a whole and not just individuals. And ensuring that you also have an objective for the system. We want to win the championship to help you move forward. So, so what skills do you need? And these are really looking at the skills also from a sports perspective, but it's translated into business. Being able to see what's happening in the team, the system, how it's functioning. So we call it taking a meta view, stepping back and seeing what is going on. If you're too embedded in the team, you cannot see it. You're also revealing how they're performing. You're holding up a mirror to them so they can see what the impacts that the system is having. We call it revealing the system to itself. Did you see how the energy of that team? You can do the same thing. Looking for mixed signals that don't make sense. So we can say, what's happening here? So a team says, yes, we want to go and win, but they're walking out on the court like this. Something's wrong there. Also, as the skill we need is to increase our own intuition and awareness and vision. Feel what is happening. A sport coach reads the momentum. If the defensive team is, I'm just checking the chat. Can you guys hear me, or is it okay?
Yes, Virginia, there is some echo.
Okay?
Yeah, there is some echo in the microphone suddenly that appeared.
I can't hear you.
Try now?
let me, okay, oh no.
Now you are muted. I think that you do it in purpose to unmute. Let's see. Okay, so your audio died. I just see your comment here. Okay. Yes. Now coming back. I will try to connect with from your phone. Oh, that's nice, Virginia. Okay. No, we still don't hear you, actually.
Can you hear me now?
Wow, perfect. Yes.
I got my phone.
Wow, bravo.
I'm used to these things.
Really adapted.
Okay,
Great.
so which point did
It stop
I lose it?
at the end the slide about the skills, ecosystem skills that you were presenting.
Okay, is it this slide?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go through it quickly again because just to keep an eye on time. So you need to have a meta view. You need to have like a helicopter view. You're the one who has to see what's happening in the system. You have to watch you know, how the system is functioning. The sport coach is watching the momentum, and if you can't read it, then you can't call a timeout, for example. You're turning up your intuition and awareness, and you also have a belief system that you believe that the system or the group is intelligent and creative and can function and can perform. And it's all about being adaptable and also believing that the system will go back into balance. If they get frustrated and irritated, they will still come back, you know, and there will be a way to let go, but allow the people to perform. I'll go to the next slide. So for example, what we do is, I'm sure these are skills that you do, is you're reading the emotional field, looking at the ebbs and peaks, which I talked about. But it's also when you walk into a room, how does it feel? Heavy? Is it cold? You know, are people, when you speak, are everyone getting excited and motivated? Or does everybody just go dead quiet, for example? We look for hesitations, blockages. We're looking to see how you can actually perform. And just this point, I really would like to talk to you is about David Snowden created the Kinefin model. And with Agile systemic coaching, we look at, you know, oh yes, you have these different aspects that are here. Now, a friend of mine, Pierre Nice, he says, no, there's a flow between all these aspects. So I became a bit obsessed. And I said, this is a basketball game. This is a sport team. And I want to show you what I mean by this. So complicated is where you have the coach is teaching and training the players, all the offenses, the defenses, you're totally connected. You have lines here, everyone's connected. Then all of a sudden you start playing the game. So you're kicking off, they're playing. Everything's going, oh, it's not going well. So you call a timeout, you have them come to the bench. And that's where the sport coach gives direct instruction. Go do this, go do that, go work. You know, this is the play. Set screens, you know, do these. And then what happens is they go into chaos. Because if you think, every player walks out onto the court in their own head, trying to figure out what they need to do. They're in chaos. And this is where the beauty of the system is, where when you let go, you trust that they're going to be able to execute. Ball's on the side, blow the whistle, the ball gets thrown in, and then all of a sudden you run the offensive play perfectly and score. This can be in seconds, and that's when you shift into complex, where you have, technically there's no connection with your coach, but you're working and flowing together. And this is the place where the coach trusts. They're controlling by giving instructions, but they trust that the team will perform. And I was at a basketball game analyzing this, and it's in seconds that sport teams are able to do this. And technically the flow in a game is from complex, simple, going back and forth, but then game's over, you adjust, you go back into complicated in your practices, you run and execute and practice the strategies, and then again, game starts, and you have this flow. And so it's not only a sport game. How many times where you're telling your team what you need to do, they're not functioning, they're not working, then all of a sudden, boom, they're performing incredibly. And it's about letting go and letting your people, have a chance to trust that they know how to perform. So, some question to end this: as an Agile coach, where are you a sport coach in your work life? Yeah. Do you have a balance between control and trust? Or are you like a controller who likes it, or are you too trusting? And where do you let go and trust the system and you trust the team? Where do you actually let go and see how they can perform? So those are questions I would like you to think about. And I hope this 30 minutes has gone well. And if you could think about one thing that you like from this, great, and try it out on Monday. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope
Thank you very much, Virginia. It was really engaging wonderfully with sport, with coaching sport, with coaching, with analyzing ecosystems. Thank you very much. That was really insightful. I did enjoy it so much. To all the participants, if you have any questions, well, I think that you can reach out the group of Agile Africa. We will be inviting Virginia to it also. If you have further questions, for sure, Virginia will be happy to answer them, and we will be also happy to see some interactions there. The videos you showed, I would love to have the links, because with Zoom, it did cut sometime, and I would be really enjoying watching this and contemplating. Thank you very much, Virginia. That was really insightful.
My pleasure. And you can see my agility. I know how to get my audio back.
That was impressive. The micro died, and the micro the fact. That was great. Thank you very much.